Let's get into Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom. Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom have finally called it quits. They don't have to get divorced because they were never married, but they were engaged and dating for a very long time. They also share a child together, their daughter Daisy, so it's going to get a little bit complicated. But I do wonder what it was for Orlando to call it quits. Was it the trip to space? Was it the tour that Katy Perry is currently on? What moment did Orlando finally wake up and realize he did not want to be with Katy Perry? Now, I don't know if we're going to get all the answers. I feel like Orlando Bloom is going to move on relatively quickly because these reports are suggesting that he's ready to go and party it up. Sources in the know tell TMZ that Orlando may make his debut as a single man during the festivities of Jeff Bezos and his soon-to-be wife Laura's wedding. A source said that he's the life of the party and he's going to hit the dance floor hard. We're told Orlando might even sneak away with Leonardo DiCaprio for some bar crawling. So, if he's going to go and party up with Leo, he's going to be up to no good. Because at this point, Leo's in his 50s and acting like he's Timothée Chalamet. Really. There's been a lot of speculation around Katy Perry and Orlando's relationship. It was reported that she's not going to be attending the wedding for Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, which is interesting because she's very good friends with them. She was at her bachelorette party. She even went to space with them. So I don't know why she isn't going and attending this wedding. It must be an issue with the tour or the fact that she doesn't want to be around Orlando, which is a red flag because they are ultimately going to have to co-parent. Katy Perry is in the middle of her world tour, but there's clearly trouble in paradise, and sources say that could be very apparent during this week's festivities in Venice. 90% of the people at the wedding are kind of boring, one source said, which I could have told you that, but 10% are really fun, including Orlando, Leo, and Jeff. So it's going to be a great party for the boys. And by boys, again, I mean the middle-aged, like Leo, Jeff, and now Orlando, which no shade to the middle age. I love the middle age out there. Shout out to everyone in the middle age and the elders. Shout out to all the elders who watch the podcast. Actually, let's go full screen. Now, I know the percentages may not be that high in my demographics, but I do see you there. And I just want to say thank you to all of the grandpas, grandmas, and in between that watch the podcast and support my channel. So the Daily Mail brings up the fact that Katy Perry is close with Lauren. I mean, they went to space together, which I feel like is as close to someone as you could really be. I mean, if you want to consider that space. But Katy received little to no support from her man, Orlando Bloom, who blasted the embarrassing debacle. A source says that he told her the whole thing looked ridiculous. He said it was cringeworthy, embarrassing. This was in the middle of a fight and it hurt her feelings, which I can imagine that hurting. But one of the most beautiful parts of being in a relationship with someone is that they are supposed to tell you it how it is. Of course she was hurt, the source said. Imagine going to space, mother effing space, and your partner isn't impressed. She hoped he'd be more supportive, which I think is just very rich coming from her, that she, who cares? I mean, and if your own husband, why even do it without his consideration? As far as the wedding attendance, a source says that Katy does have these prior commitments, but her tour is not that serious. I mean, I could see her canceling a show or moving them around. It goes deeper than that. Katy feels like they're really her friends more than his, and yet he's the one going to the wedding, and that he's insistent that he goes, which annoys her because he's not particularly close to either of them. So it feels like an FU to her, which I wonder if he's trying to go there and scout for, I think, his next relationship. What really stings is his apparent hypocrisy. Quote, he complains about her going to space, then wants to go to the wedding of the people who made it possible for her to do this in the first place. That's difficult for her to accept, which okay, I can understand that. I mean, he does seem like he's acting shady. They are already spiraling, and now the wedding is another thing that they have to fight about. And I'm sure it's gonna suck being Katy Perry, sitting in Australia or wherever she is on tour, watching her husband smiling and partying at this event. As I said earlier, Lauren is actually friends with Katy. They spent the bachelorette trip together. I don't think Orlando was with Jeff for his bachelor trip. So I do think it's weird behavior from Orlando to go and do this. If you aren't happy with your life with Katy Perry, then don't go now, break up with her and go enjoy the benefits of the life you had with Katy Perry. Now let's take a look at Reddit to see what they have to say about this. One user writes, I'm no means a Katy defender because of some of the backlash she got is warranted, but I hope she grows from it. However, how dare this man write to the tabloids complaining about her space trip and in the same breath brag about partying with the same people ruining the planet? Make it make sense. The disloyalty was bad enough, but the audacity and the hypocrisy are ticking me off, which I totally agree. I don't think that as much as you maybe don't like Katy Perry, I'm not gonna go and like crap on her all the time. I mean, Orlando deserves his fair share. Either way, it's gonna be hard for Katy Perry to watch this from afar. So I hope she can hang in there. It seems like every time she's on tour, something goes down. Remember that one documentary when she had like just had gone broken up with like a Russell Brand, I believe. Was it him that broke up with her? She broke up with him. Either way, it happened right before she went on stage. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. I forgot I included this in here. This picture of a Labubu, because I wanted to bring up the fact that Katy Perry was trending in China. Now, I do not speak or read any Mandarin or any Chinese language. If you do, comment below. If you are bilingual or trilingual or anything else, lingual, however you identify, comment below, because I barely consider myself with the one. I mean, the way I pronounce words out here, I'm like, do I speak English? I don't even know. And I sure as don't read or speak this, but this is a list of a popular social media website, and Katy Perry was trending on here with the word Labubu. Now, different cultures have different approaches when it comes to these things, and as far as I understand, like the United States loves the Labubus right now. I don't have one. You guys can see I have some stuffed animals over there. Maybe I'll show you like what they are one day, but they're not a Labubu. But comment below if you are team Labubu or team not Labubu, because Katy Perry is not team Labubu. And I believe like in China, comment down if I'm wrong, there's like a theme park decorated like Labubu, so they love Labubus there. But on stage, she was being gifted one by a fan and decided to slap it out of their hand with a microphone, which I don't even care what culture you are from, it comes off very rude. She shouts, "No Labubus." I mean, I don't care what it was, but I mean, I do. As long as it's something appropriate, it's not a weapon, then it's a little gift to celebrity. People do this all the time, and Labubus, from what I've heard, they're expensive. So you're just passing. I'm sure whoever was next to them in the crowd just grabbed that and stuck it into their bag. And then she goes on to like give them some snacks. I'm not even gonna play the music here because I actually really like Katy Perry, but this does not sound too good. But she goes on to like give these snacks to her fans. So it's odd to like throw something out of their hands, but then like to go and try to give them these snacks. I just have to say thank you, Katy, for not shoving it in their faces, like not smushing it in their faces. You might be like, Sloan, that's such a weird comment. Like, why would you even say that? Well, there was a moment once upon a time when she was on American Idol and she decided to throw a pizza into someone's face. Let me know what you guys would do about that if she had thrown a pizza at you. Let's get into Northwest. Kim Kardashian's eldest daughter, Northwest, turns 12 years old. And I don't know how to feel about that. Whether I'm like, wait, she's already 12, or to think that like time's moving so slow because she's been famous her whole life. Honestly, I don't really like to care about any of the like Kardashian children. Like, I don't really like to think about them in any capacity because they're effing children. But they turned 12, or she turned 12. Well, what's her pronouns? Is it she? They? Let's move on. Kim Kardashian is in full vacation mode with her daughter Northwest as mother and daughter hit the waters off Mexico in a yacht to celebrate her birthday. And it looks like they were around Los Cabos in Mexico, which I actually went there in spring break in college one year, and it was really fun. Oh, and here she is. Wait, I thought she was like Cardi B for a second, or like someone. Wait, okay, cute. I mean, she's 12 years old. Wow. Yeah, I like the hair. I think it's cool. Like when you're 12 years old, you're supposed to go and like play with like your look and appearance. I'm pretty sure when I was like 10 or 12, I did little like blue highlights, like trying to be a little gay boy, like just, dressing however I wanted to express myself. And honestly, kudos to her. Like she's doing something, she's definitely Kanye's daughter, and I love that about her. Now, even though I did not recognize her at first because, she's not seen too often, I feel like I don't really watch the Kardashian show and I don't see the paparazzis really following her, but I did not recognize her, and I think a lot of people had the same reaction online. But we have to remember we're talking about someone who is turning 12, people. Like it's already bad enough that we like talk about like celebrities like bodies that are adults, like, or looks, and I feel like to even go and try to create content like trying to talk about her in any way. I mean, I hope she doesn't have access to it.
Only 12, they got her out here like a full-grown woman. She looks 30, 12, she looks like she's 20. Penelope look her age, cute little girl. North, I don't know, and I don't want to say it. North is so big, wow. And like, do I agree? Yes, North looks old as hell. She is not giving 12 years old, but can you blame the girl? Like, her father is Kanye West and her mother is Kim Kardashian.
Whoever said that North looks big, you are a first class ticket right down there. But Northwest isn't being treated like a 12-year-old girl, clearly by those comments. And when she's out here celebrating her birth, I mean, well, what 12-year-old celebrates their 12th birthday on a yacht? I don't know, but she's still being followed by paparazzi and by fans, and people are even yelling at her on the streets, saying weird things to her.
North, your mom got a fat ass! North, your mom got a fat ass!
I'm actually speechless. Someone's yelling at this 12-year-old, telling her that her mom has a fat behind. It's just unacceptable, people. Thank you for watching this clip from the Let's Get Into It podcast. To view the full episode, visit the link listed below.